Hello comrades. This video is going to be a look at some of the most reprehensible actions of some of the biggest multi-million and multi-billion dollar corporations, hoping to expose to others, the exploitative and corrupt nature of global capitalism. Sources for all that I cover will be in the description. Jeff Bezos is a piece of shit. And Amazon is run in such a way that the workers are too afraid to even go to the bathroom. According to an article from RT, people who work in the Amazon distribution centers in the United Kingdom and whatnot have been reduced to pissing in bottles rather than going to the bathroom in fear of being reprimanded for missing quotas and for using, fucking idle time. People working on the top floor had to travel down like 4 or 5 flights of stairs just to get to the nearest bathroom, so they were essentially forced to piss into the bottles to avoid being fired. According to a survey from the UK group Organize, Amazon employees, they noted that after joining the company, they began to feel, extremely anxious. A worker who was pregnant and sick still came to work in fear of losing her job, left after 2 hours due to feeling like total shit, and even received a doctor's note to give to her supervisor, but she still received a fucking strike for her absence. Not only can you be fired for having to take a bathroom break, you can be reprimanded and even fired for being sick if you work for Amazon. Fuck Bezos. Capitalism is a wasteful system, and it's common that we see perfectly good articles of clothing and unexpired food being thrown away simply because somebody couldn't sell it. According to a Newsweek article, luxury clothing brand Burberry has burned a total of $37 million in unsold merchandise as of 2017. Rather than selling for a discounted price or even just simply, donating the merchandise, the clothing is destroyed so that it doesn't end up in the hands of the wrong people. They claim that they mean, counterfeiters as these wrong people, but seeing as the practice of destroying merchandise is so goddamn common, we all know that more than likely they mean poor people and homeless people. This, of course, isn't anything new. An article by The Outline details how clothing companies such as Urban Outfitters and Nike will cut up perfectly good clothing and just throw it away, rendering the clothing completely useless for anybody. Rather than helping homeless people, they just make blankets and coats and pants and all that unusable. If you can't make a profit off of it, you may as well destroy it, according to these motherfuckers. What I'll be covering next is just absolutely disgusting. As detailed in an article from Sputnik News, a woman in New Jersey unfortunately died recently due to a lack of oxygen after the power in her home was cut off. In 90-degree heat, a 68-year-old woman in hospice care died because she was behind on payments to the electric company, even though she had been steadily paying off her debt, with only about a third of it left to be paid. One of these payments was made a mere 2 days before this woman died. Her main oxygen tank was operating by being plugged into the wall, and without the power she would die. The woman's family did what they could using a smaller reserve of oxygen and later having to call paramedics to get an actual portable tank. Despite this being a life-and-death situation, the electric company wouldn't restore power until a later date. But you know what the real punch in the face is? They restored power the day after this woman reliant on oxygen fucking died. I don't know the name of this particular company, but whoever they are, they can fuck themselves. The last bit I'm going to cover should really be of no surprise since it's about Nestle, who we all know has a wonderful track record in terms of human rights. In a 2016 article from The Guardian, it was reported that Nestle had admitted to the use of child and slave labor in Thailand in the gathering of seafood for their Fancy Feast cat food. Nestle basically said that since the use of slave labor in Thailand is so prevalent, there's no way that they or any other multinational corporation could avoid risking such practice. This all happened in the midst of another legal battle that Nestle was involved with regarding the use of child and slave labor in the farming of cocoa in the Ivory Coast. I think we could all collectively say, fuck Nestle. And while I understand that it's impossible to completely boycott any company in global capitalism due to many of them having so many subsidiaries and whatnot, I would recommend that we at least try to buy as little from Nestle as possible. This is capitalism. If you're poor, you're not allowed to have warm clothing or blankets if the company can't get into your wallet. You're not allowed to go to the bathroom at the risk of your employer losing profit, or in the workers' case, losing their ability to feed themselves and their families. You're not allowed to live if you can't afford to pay for electricity, which at this stage in time is a necessity to live for the majority of people. If you're not fucking Amish, you need electricity. And in the third world, you're not allowed to be a normal kid at the risk of your family starving. Fuck Jeff Bezos, fuck Nestle, fuck Burberry, and fuck the system that demands poverty to function. I'm Jimmy Casual. Thank you for watching.